So, I'm very interested to have found this morning's game. I'm always very impressed to see a proper strategy game that you can just play through your browser, especially when it's an indie game, not something created by a full dev house, as far as I can tell. Um, and this one has a nice sort of dark story, very what's it, Frostborn, whatever that game is, where you're surviving in the snow. It's very kind of that theme where you're against the elements. So the basic idea here is some sort of blight is raining upon the land, and as sort of I guess the last surviving humans. I don't know. That's kind of implied. You have to try and dig down into the ground and underground, and sort of outrun the slowly dripping blight that's threatening from the sky into the ground, and get as deep as possible, and survive away from the blight, and I gather from the game description that there's something that you eventually unlock that'll save the day. But I haven't gotten there yet, and we're just going to play a level or two so we can see how the gameplay is. It's actually quite tricky. You have to play fairly efficiently to win through, which is fine. I'd have liked it if the first little bit was a little bit easier, but as it is, it's still entirely playable. So let's play a level. All right, I'm going to hit start and then move quite quickly, because you have to move quite quickly to be able to get somewhere. So here is our welcome. The world above is crumbling. A relentless storm of corruption rains down from the sky, threatening to consume everything in its path. To survive, you must descend into the depths below, harvesting new resources and building new structures. But beware, the corruption spreads quickly, and once it consumes a level, the ground is lost to the void. Only by digging deeper can you hope to uncover the secrets of the earth and escape the storm's advance. The journey begins here, in the shadow of corruption. A new start. This is where it starts. Rich grasslands, soft soil, and dense forests give you everything you need to begin. Farms produce food to power your diggers. Wood from the forest is used in every building you place. And in the soil, you build your first diggers, machines that break through to the next depth. When you reach the next depth, you can still manage and gather resources from any layer that hasn't been fully corrupted. But corruption is already falling from the sky. You don't have long. Gather what you can, dig fast, and move down. You can use right-click to move the map. Otherwise, the keys are very simple. You just click on the item you want to place, and then place it when you have enough resources. Okay, so the first thing we do is we are going to get some wood coming in. Here are our resources on the left. We have wood and various others that we don't have access to yet. We need as much wood as possible, as quickly as possible, because you need it both in this layer and in the next layer, I've discovered. So yeah, it's a good idea to get the wood streaming in as quickly as you can. Farms and diggers cost 100, but placing the wood only requires 50. It doesn't seem to matter where you place it in terms of moving resources around. It does matter in terms of the ground colors, whereas farms can only go on the light green, and diggers can only go on the brown, I believe, as far as I understand it. I just want to get that wood. Here is the corruption coming in. Here is our mining depth. As you can see, we haven't placed a dig or anything like that yet. I'm just placing farms for now to get that wood streaming in fast, because we can catch up quite quickly once we get things placing. But we do need all of the wood we can possibly gather to move as quickly as we can. Okay, I think that's enough for now, so we'll start placing some farms, and once this one gets saved, we'll place a digger and place another farm. There's a digger. As you can see, we're trying to outrun this thing, but we've started mining, and we can catch up fairly easily. I don't know if it speeds up more as we go further in. That would be an interesting challenge. hopefully not, because the rate is which it is already pretty terrifyingly fast. Alright, I think we are far enough ahead in terms of mining rate. I think we're catching up, so let's keep going with our tree collections, because we do need it in the next one. Is there any more below us? There is. Store up as much as we can. Because we do need it quite urgently. Fortunately, we don't seem to have a limit on the amount we can store. Let's get another farm and another digger down, shall we? Because once we get through to the next layer, we can still gather resources from the previous layer, and we want to get down as quickly as possible so we have time to keep going. Alright. Okay, we are nearly there. We can have a look at the next layer. Alright, so we have hit 100% on our digging. We have dropped down a level, and now we have the first of the mining layers, and it's very similar. We have to place quarries to get stone, and this is why it's quite tricky, because the quarries also require wood, and we are, we stop being able to get wood as soon as this hits 100% on depth 0, because that land is then lost to us and we don't get wood anymore. So you can trap yourself in this layer, because you can't speed up how quickly you get stone, and it is actually quite tight. As you can see, I mean, I've got 75% and I was moving pretty quickly there. So yeah, we can still get food, and we can of course place diggers, so we still have 3 items to place, and the diggers and the farms, the food farms, are both built by stone, so we just need wood to get this done. Let's see how quickly we can get through this layer. So yeah, sunlight is gone, but life finds a way. Mushrooms thrive in the damp soil, replacing your old farms. Build mushroom farms to keep your food supply going. Wood is still essential for construction, but now you'll also need stone. Your new diggers are tougher, built to pierce deeper layers, but they require stone to construct mine from nearby rock formations using quarries. You can still manage depth 0 as long as it remains uncorrupted. Use every layer while you can. The corruption is coming, and you can go up and down to navigate between depths. But I think let's just focus on this depth, because we only have it for 25%. Alright, so we need quarries. Let's build as many of those as we can while we can. Those cost 150 each, which is quite pricey. But now we can build a mushroom farm, which does require wood as well. I did not realize that. So let's get those out as quickly as we can. And we can start building diggers, which only take 100 stone. I really hope we don't need more wood in our next layer, because we are not going to have any. Why can I not place a stone digger? Okay, I guess I didn't have enough. I'm looking at the wood, but it's actually the stone I need to look at. Okay, we are getting our diggers stacked up, and we can run ahead. Right, so we have lost level 0, so we don't get any more wood. That is our maximum, unless we find a way to produce wood in a later layer. But I think we're doing okay with the digging. We're doing okay with our food. We're not really doing okay with our food. Can I risk another mushroom farm? Hopefully. We're 4 and 4. Our food is dropping quite sharply. Alright, I'm going to spend another 100 wood just to get that. I'm really hoping we don't need wood later, but we shall find out. Okay, we're quite far ahead of the curve here, I believe. I hope. I don't know how far the next layer goes, how quickly it goes. We're just going to have a look at the next layer and then call it there. Depth 2. You've reached underground lakes, silent, vast, and rich with hidden life. Here, fish replace mushrooms as your food source. Build fishermen to harvest them from the dark waters. Stone is still used for construction, but now you discover a stronger material, iron, found deep in the rock and extracted through iron mines. Iron is essential for crafting your next generation of diggers, tough enough to break through what's below. As always, you can keep managing upper layers that haven't fallen to corruption, but every moment brings it closer. Keep digging. Okay, so here we need stone to build an iron mine, stone to build a fisherman, and iron to build an iron digger. So yeah, we moved away from wood. So that's how the game progression goes. And we're going to stop here. We can still go up, but everything is dead there, so we don't get anything from that. Stuff is still happening there. Yeah. So that's the game. That's the gameplay. Some critiques. The sound is fine. I could do with a bit more. Perhaps some kind of background hissing for the corruption, or more sound events, more sound interaction with the game. There is enough to work on it. The UI could be cleaned up a bit more as well. I mean, we have these kind of semi-transparent windows that are just occupying space. It could be shrunk down. It could be a bit cleaner, a bit tidier, at the cost at the top rather than at the bottom left corner, and that sort of thing. Just some UI tidying up. Artistically, very, very interesting game, very good looking. Considering the context, I would have liked something a bit more, I guess, steampunky is the vibe I'm getting here, but definitely darker and drearier. Drab the things out, put signs of corruption, that kind of thing. But of course, this is just nitpicking. There's nothing that I find is necessary here. This is a very fun game to play, a very fun progression. I do heartily recommend it. Come and give it a go. Come and give the dev some love once you've given it a go, because it is good. And I think, this is a good game. I'm pleased to have found it, and I'm pleased to share it. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Please like it if you liked it. If you want to see more Itchio games or not Itchio games played, hit that subscribe button, ring that silly bell that we don't know why it's there, and leave your comments in the comments. Tell me what you liked or didn't like. Tell me what you want me to play, and tell me what you had for lunch if you want. Anything is all good. Comments are your play space, as long as you're polite. Please, no rudeness and hostility, but everything else is fair game. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.